All right, good morning, everyone. Tim Bush, Gyro-Trac over in East Texas. One of my favorite customers over here. So we're going to have a great day. Follow me. I am over here in East Texas talking to a current customer of ours, John Norsworthy and Corey Norsworthy and Dominique Norsworthy over here. She's standing in the background. We're actually over here with Precision Tractor Services. About 8 months ago, we sold them a Gyro-Trac GT16 XP. That's done a phenomenal job. And if you recall, we did a video last week, Ryan Baggett and I, over in South Carolina about the GT200. So it's on site here. But I want to introduce John and Corey here. So tell us a little bit what you do.
What our goal was when we established the company was to build homeowners' place in the country. Currently there's a lot of land being sold that will be ranchettes or a place that the family can get away and enjoy. And oftentimes they buy the property and then they can't walk on it. It's so thick. We clear a few lots for homeowners that are just moving into a lot in some of the heavily wooded areas. And then along with that, we also do a lot of fence lines. We do some overgrowth. And I had experience with Kubota, very good. And we went with that and went with skid steer and rapidly found out that that wasn't the horsepower that was needed to get the job done. We started having heating problems as well, and ultimately you realize that the machine's only going to be good for less than 2,000 hours under good maintenance, and much less than that under poor maintenance. So we started looking at various machines, and Gyro-Trac did catch our eye, and ultimately went originally with the GT16 because of the weight to power ratio. It's relatively light, can be hauled behind a 1-ton truck, and does the power of a 200 horsepower machine. Where it helps the customer in doing this is that it's much faster. And we kept running into jobs, even when we had the skid steer, where somebody would go out and the skid steer would catch on fire, or the skid steer would break down, or something would happen, and we would have to come in and finish a job because the equipment wasn't really made for doing mulching work. With the Gyro-Trac, we have good air circulation, ample cooling, plenty of power. And we have, at a touch of a phone, we've got the Gyro-Trac Nexus system, which all of our operators are relatively decent mechanics. And so with the Nexus system and being online with Gyro-Trac, they can talk us through most any problem that we have.
Corey, if you will, let's talk about your GT16 XP over here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Corey, back in June of last year, y'all purchased this GT16 XP. And also, in addition to this, you got 3 Gyro-Trac heads to go on your skid steers and all. Mm-hmm. So on your GT16 XP here, what have you seen about this equipment that you love about it over the last 8 months?
I think one of our favorite things is we are in Deep East Texas, and it is hot. It is very hot. Last year we saw temperatures of 109 degrees. At 109 degrees, this 16 XP ran 180 degree water temperature and about 175 hydraulic temperature.
Awesome.
10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Religious.
How long?
10 hours. All day.
Awesome, long. Baby.
Versus 2 hours a day on the skid steer. And where that was the game changer for us is with the skid steer, we're losing production, which means our customers losing production. When the customer loses production, everyone loses in that game. Mm-hmm. So we went from working 2 hours a day and having to go home to being able to work all day because we had a machine that was built to work all day.
Do you think that's had anything to do with you buying the next machine here, the GT200?
I would say so. We're super happy and thrilled with this machine, and that's exactly what led us to the purchase of the GT200.
What improvements have you seen we've done to this machine over your other machine?
So I really like the change to the liner in the head. Being a bolt-in liner, over time, that's a wear part.
Yep.
So being able to change that wear part in a half a day time versus a 3 to 4 day downtime,
right,
that makes a difference. That protects the bottom line.
Question for you. With our Gyro-Trac finance that you use, how was that experience for you using that for the first time?
She knows her game. She's very, very good. But with this new finance group that Gyro-Trac has brought on is just fantastic. They know the business, they know how to make things work, and they have the connections and can make it as easy as it can be.
And I think you were pleasantly surprised about the package she brought back to you versus an existing one we had been working with, correct?
Yes. The first one we made a considerable down payment. This time everything was just nothing down and go to work. All
right, you heard it from Mr. John here. Financing was great, easy to work with. Give me a call, Tim Bush, 843-297-9088, and I can hook you up, baby.